Hello and welcome back to Path to Radiance. So we get to look at the my time and scores and see how bad I did. Actually, no, it wasn't bad. It was, like I said, it was pretty average. So something to keep in mind is that during chapters, I want to say it was what 7, 15, 20, and then one of the other ones, you have to subtract an hour from the first 3 because I mentioned during the credits I did take some breaks in between recordings, so my times aren't going to be super duper accurate, but they are what they are. And then for chapters that had multiple parts or stages, it just adds up the total time. So chapter 17 and chapter 27, it'll have the totals for that. Oh, 22, that was it, yeah. So 22, you have to subtract 40 minutes, roughly. And also 25. It is what it is. Now we get on to everybody's favorite part, which is the unit records. It's pretty simple how this works. It'll show your final roll call of the characters that you picked up, what their ending levels are, how many KOs they got during the course of the game. And yeah, it all leads up to a top 5, and that's definitely the most exciting part because you can see, like, you know, all the MVPs coming together in one, you know, glorious string like this. Poor Naysala didn't get to do any fighting in that final chapter, but no big deal, really. I ended up using a pretty good variety. I wanted to use like a little bit more out of this pool, but I think I got the point across. There's just so much variety with this game, and it's a lot of fun once you really dig deep into it. Not surprisingly, some of the late game characters are more towards the top. All right, that's and it just shows just how my playstyle, you know, fluctuated throughout, and what, you know, some characters trailed off, some caught up. And now we can see who the top 5 is. Drum roll, please. 5th place, Gatry with 64 wins. Go Gatry. 4th place is Croyman Royal Knight, 5th Platoon Kieran with 79 wins. 3rd place, Oscar with 82 wins. 2nd place, Marsha with 116 wins. Damn. And 1st place, Ike with 136 wins. Not surprising, but hey, this was a pretty narrow gap between 1st and 2nd, so I gotta say, I'm impressed. Yeah. And just like that, we're back at the title screen. Okay, yeah. So, the main game portion is over, but got a couple other things to show off here too. First off, there's a little gallery where you can watch the 6 CG cutscenes that were featured throughout the game, anytime at your leisure. Similarly, there's a sound test. It has the entire game's soundtrack here, well, more or less. And if you press the X button during this, you can toggle left and right to view the CG images. Yep. These are all different locales and special scenes from throughout the game. Here we see the fall of Nados. And there's so much more. Speaking of illustrations, well, I guess I should explain this other feature first. If you use a Game Boy to Game Boy Advance, or sorry, GameCube to Game Boy Advance link cable, You can connect the system with either of the two Fire Emblem games that were on their Game Boy Advance and unlock some bonus features. Depending on which game you do, you'll get their matching illustrations on top of the Path to Radiance gallery. To unlock the characters within, you have to simply recruit them into the party, which means Nasir needs to be alive, and you need to choose Gifka at least one time during any of your playthroughs, doesn't matter which one. So good luck with that. Here's the original Fire Emblem game. Well, not the original if you're going to be super technical, but the first one that was released in the US. Here's this game, and all the characters that are within. And Sacred Stones. You'll notice the selection from this one is small because, surprise, surprise, both this game and Path to Radiance were in development around the same time. Pretty funny, right? Trial maps are extra challenges that you can take on purely for fun using your endgame party. Yep. You need to beat the game at least one time in order to unlock the feature, and when you do, you'll start off with 3 of these maps. I forget exactly which ones. I think it's just the first 3. I'll load up the first one just to see. You can see that each one has different objectives. Sometimes you route, sometimes you arrive, defend, escape. These enemies in here are pretty tough, actually. You can see that their stats are, well, fairly high. They have really good equipment as well. And, like I said, your entire endgame party is selectable. Even the characters that, you do not bring with you and are a little weak now. But beating the game multiple times does give you access to extra characters, mainly bosses from the past. If you finish the game beginning to end 3 times, you get Oliver. I believe 5 times for Shaharam. 7, I think, for Petrine. 10 times for Bryce. And 15 for Ashnard. That's right, 15. That's a lot of game. But if you want to use the big bad for yourself, go for it. I believe the playthrough I recorded for this playlist was actually number 15, so yay. Their stats will also differ depending on what either hard or maniac mode, but that only applies to the Japanese version. So yeah. I'm just gonna reset real quick. That about covers it. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for words right now, so this has been the bonus extras video for Path to Radiance. I'm done, and I'll see you in whatever I decide to do later. Bye.